Hello guys, as usual, stay home, stay safe, and do Excel chemistry. Alright, so today let's talk about the properties of the hydrogen peroxide. So, to begin with, let me begin with physical properties of H2O2. Okay, so basically, these are the points that you must know. H2O2 is colorless, odorless, syrupy liquid. Okay, so liquid, why H2O2 is in liquid state? Because of H bonding. I hope you know what is H bonding. Okay, see that is hydrogen peroxide. Basically its structure is open book structure. Okay, so what do you mean by open book structure? Open book structure, something like, for example, if I have a rough book like suppose this one. Okay, this is a book, like if I open it up, so when I open it up, the oxygen atoms O, hydrogen, these are singly bonded. Okay, so it's like the book that is opened. So open book structure means like this: two oxygen atoms on same, and they lie in one plane. Okay, so it is like this. And for different states, in solid state we have bond angles different. Okay, and in gaseous state we have the bond angles different. So on a whole, the bottom line is this: H2O2 exists as what is that? Open book like structure. Fine. Okay, so now this open book like structure is of one molecule of H2O2 will have H bonding with another molecule of H2O2. Okay, so this is what? Hydrogen bonding. So because of this hydrogen bonding, we will find like it is existing in syrupy liquid. Okay, then its solubility, it is soluble in water, it is also soluble in alcohol, and it is also soluble in ether. Okay, so three solvents. H2O2 can be dissolved in water, alcohol, and ether. Then its melting point, if you talk about its melting point, it is somewhere around minus 0.89 degrees Celsius, and its boiling point is 152 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is what about physical properties, nothing much. Okay, and yeah, this is harmful. In fact, like it is injurious to skin. What happens is it creates like blisters. Okay, like when you have too much of toothpaste on you, and brush your teeth. Okay, or which your mouth causes blisters. Okay, so same way, if hydrogen falls on the skin, then it will just blister, it will form blisters. So it is injurious to skin. Only the dilute H2O2 is used as antiseptic and disinfectant and all. Okay, so these are the physical properties that are very common. Let's talk about the chemical properties. And in chemical properties, very important areas are there, so pay attention. So first, chemical properties. H2O2 itself is like a weak acid. Okay, so if you talk about H2O2, it acts like a weak acid. Okay, so with weak acid, that means it is like very much slightly acidic in nature. So when with alkalis, I hope you know what is an alkali. With alkalis, it also forms like or with alkalis, what happens, let's see. Okay, by here itself you can understand weak acid. weak acid, for example H2O2 plus alkali with reaction with alkali. If I take suppose NaOH, is NaOH an alkali? Yes. So H2O2 is a weak acid and NaOH is like base. Acid plus base gives salt and water. So in fact, not exactly the salt that we get, it's a reversible reaction where you get the peroxide of sodium plus water. Okay, not the salt but peroxides. So H2O2 is a weak acid with alkalis, and it forms what? It forms peroxides of respective metals. Peroxides of metals, whatever the metal we have used in the alkali, that will form. For example, if I take H2O2 plus barium hydroxide, BaOH twice, so what does it form? Barium oxide plus H2O. In fact, methods of preparation we have studied, like these two will react this, these two will react it. So properties is reverse. Fine. So I can also write H2O2 plus, instead of Na2CO3, for example, Na2CO3. so what should have happened for this? So sodium peroxide plus water. Apart from water, since carbonate is there, there must be what? There must be carbonate unte em carbon dioxide gas. Okay, so the point here you must know is what? H2O2 acts like a weak acid with the alkalis, and these are the alkalis, and with the alkalis what do it form? It forms peroxides of the metals. So that's what the chemical property. Next, when you talk about the next chemical property, okay, so in fact, oxidizing agent. Okay, it's so peculiar that it acts like an oxidizing agent, and it can also act as a reducing agent. So it can act like both. So here I have all the reactions that it is forming, that it is acting like an oxidizing agent and reducing agent in one go. Fine. So these are the various oxidizing nature or oxidation reactions. First we'll talk about this and then we'll go with the next one. Okay, so oxidizing nature. So what is the main funda that is happening in all the reactions is this: H2O2 breaks down into water plus, what is this? You remember brackets with hydrogen, nascent hydrogen. What is this? Nascent oxygen. And this nascent oxygen is responsible for the reactions that are happening. Okay, so now here if you observe carefully, H2O2 is releasing the nascent oxygen, and the nascent oxygen is responsible for all the oxidations that are happening. Okay, so it is, in other words, H2O2 is acting like an oxidizing agent. If H2O2 is an oxidizing agent, it should undergo reduction. Only then it is called as an oxidizing agent. Okay, so it should undergo reduction. Meaning, what is reduction? I told you, like those who have attended for doubt session, I have told you in terms of electrons, in terms of hydrogen, in terms of oxygen. Okay, reduction. Gain of oxygen is oxidation and loss of oxygen is reduction. Yes, so H2O2 losing out the nascent oxygen. So this is undergoing, or H2O2 is losing oxygen, so I can say like H2O2 is undergoing reduction. If this is undergoing reduction, then it is a good oxidizing agent. So we are all discussing about oxidizing nature or oxidizing agents of H2O2. Let's begin. So lead sulfate, which is black in color, on treating with H2O2 will form lead sulfate plus water. NaNO2 plus H2O2 gives NaNO3, sodium nitrate with water, and sodium sulfite, sodium nitrite, sodium sulfite will form sodium sulfate and water. Na2AsO3 plus H2O2 gives Na3AsO4. Ferrous sulfate plus sulfuric acid, in the presence of sulfuric acid, H2O2 will form ferrous sulfide. Okay, so the things that all the reactions that are given here are very important, and you have to memorize them. Okay, so if you check the oxidation states in various cases, then you'll identify it very simple. Okay, so potassium hexacyanoferrate 2. Okay, this name is what? Potassium hexacyanoferrate 2, its oxidation state is mentioned as 2. Okay, so this is converting into potassium hexacyanoferrate 3. Okay, so how to name these compounds, that you will study in the complex compounds. As of now, it's an information. And this is HCHO. What is this? Aldehyde. Formaldehyde is now converted to formic acid. Potassium iodide into potassium hydroxide, and iodine is released. Okay, iodine is released. And H2S, hydrogen sulfide, is releasing out sulfur. C6H6, benzene, very important. Benzene, in the organic chemistry you'll get this reaction. Benzene in the presence of hydrogen peroxide will form phenol. Okay, so phenol structure, benzene ring with OH. This is called as what? Phenol. Okay, and H2Cr2O7 in the presence of peroxide will form 2CrO5, and K2Cr2O7 plus H2SO4 will form CrO5 plus potassium sulfate plus water. Mercury in the presence of peroxide in sulfuric acidic medium will form mercury oxide, and MnSO4 in the presence of base will form MnO2 plus Na2SO4. Similarly, these are the reactions. So on a whole, these are the various oxidizing or various reactions in which hydrogen peroxide is acting like a oxidizing agent. Okay, same way we also have huge number of reactions, that is, in fact totally we have 16 reactions and 10 reactions, or in fact reducing agent. In reducing, again, what is reducing agent? In which H2O2 should undergo, if H2O2 wants to behave reducing agent, it must undergo oxidation. Yes or no? How there we have seen here also, this should undergo oxidation. And what is oxidation in terms of electrons? Loss of electrons. Okay, loss of electrons. So H2O2 is losing electrons. Okay, is losing electrons. So loss of electrons is oxidation. So H2O2 is undergoing oxidation. H2O2 is undergoing oxidation. So if a substance is undergoing oxidation, it is a good reducing agent. Okay, fine. So here are the reactions. Ag2O, that is silver oxide, in the presence of H2O2 will form silver plus water plus oxygen gas. In all the reactions, whether you see it in oxidizing nature or reducing nature, 99.99% there are production of water and oxygen. Okay, if you have observed carefully, see water. Okay, water everywhere. You see water, and you also see water molecules. So all the case you see like water molecules coming out. Fine. In fact, H2O2, no, very simple thing, it will decompose into water. Okay, so as simple as that. So lead oxide will form lead oxide, that is lead dioxide, lead monoxide, and in the presence of a catalyst, in the presence of lead dioxide, it is converting into lead monoxide, and in the presence of catalyst it will further reduce into lead. Okay, manganese dioxide in the presence of sulfuric acid will form MnSO4 plus water and similarly oxide of lead nitrate, and this is called as red lead. KMnO4 will form K2SO4 in the presence of sulfuric acid, K2SO4 plus MnSO4. This reaction is really important. Again, you will study about this reaction in detail, okay, in P block elements. Fine. So K3FC FeCN6, this reaction is just reverse of what we have seen earlier. Okay, now it's very tough for any student, not only student, for teacher also, even including me, to memorize all these reactions. Totally I have 16 plus 10. Okay, so totally I have nearly here itself 26 reactions, right? Yeah, so in fact some more are there. As of now, 26 reactions in one go. How can you memorize? So it's very difficult. I don't have any mnemonics for this, but I can help you out to understand these reactions on one basic phenomena. Okay, or I can little elaborate on these reactions. Ultimately you have to memorize them. That is the point. Okay, see, I can help you out like this. For example, oxidizing agent. Okay, how can how can H2O2 is behaving like an oxidizing agent? So it's very tough call for me to, of course I do understand, but those who are memorizing them, extraordinary. In fact, because we have still started only in hydrogen these many. If you go to P block and S block and D and F, you have plenty more reactions. Okay, all right. See, oxidizing, see, we basically have oxidation number. There is something called as oxidation state or oxidation number. Okay, and I want you to understand this, what I'm saying. Oxidation number, if it is lower oxidation number, it can be either lower or lowest, or it can be higher oxidation number. Okay, in detail of about this I have a separate video for 12th. Okay, maybe when you come to 12th I'll explain it, but as of now the information I want you to understand know is this: lower oxidation states are generally mentioned as US form, OUS. Okay, OUS. Higher, HII for higher is IC, IC form. Okay, so this is an information again. Oxidation states can be varying oxidation states. Many elements have varying oxidation state, especially in D and F. When you study huge number of oxidation states, different varying oxidation states, and I am here to give a point. Okay, just a way to memorize all these things. So lower oxidation state, I generally call it as US. Okay, stannous, ferrous. Okay, like ferrous and ferric. In ferrous we have the lower oxidation number, and in ferric we have higher oxidation number. So I hope I'm making some sense. Lower US, higher IC. Now oxidizing nature, when I talk about oxidizing nature, okay, what is oxidizing nature or oxidizing agent or oxidation? What is oxidation? If increment in the oxidation number, increase in the oxidation number is oxidation. What is reduction? Decrease in oxidation number is reduction. Okay, if you can understand this one, this will automatically be remembered. Reduce. Okay, reduce means decrease only, no? So reducing or decreasing in the oxidation number is reduction. Increasing in the oxidation number is oxidation. Fine. So 2 points I said. I hope you might have understood. Oxidation number can be in the lowest form or can be in the highest form. If it is in the lower, it is OUS, US. If it is in the high form, IC form. Okay, and reduction with respect to oxidation number is what? Reducing in the oxidation number is reduction, increasing in the oxidation number is oxidation. All right, now I have a friend from Vijayanagaram. Okay, his name is Sharath. You know, విజయనగరం వాళ్ళ సైడ్ ఆ యొక్క యాక్సెంట్ కంప్లీట్లీ డిఫరెంట్. మన రాయలసీమ భాష కంప్లీట్లీ డిఫరెంట్ కదా. సో వాడి యొక్క యాక్సెంట్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఫనీ. ఓకే, వాడికి కోపం వచ్చినప్పుడు హీ జనరల్లీ యూజెస్ అయితే ఏంటి అని మనం అంటాం. ఎవరైనా వచ్చి ఏదని చెప్తే అయితే ఏంటి, వి జనరలీ అవర్ రెస్పాన్స్ ఇస్ వాట్? if someone comes to you and makes you anger or something like that, and in reaction you say అయితే ఏంటి అని అంటారు. బట్ వాళ్ళ యాక్సెంట్ ఎలా ఉందంటే అయితే ఏంటిని ఏటి అంటారు అనమాట. ఓకే, సో why I'm saying this, if you can understand, here is this. Okay, so I want you to memorize these things. Call it mnemonics, call it as whatever you call. Okay, if you can remember these things, these reactions will be automatically memorized. So I want you to focus on this one. My friend's funny way of reply, angry way of reply is what? అయితే ఏటి. Okay, so అయితే ఏటి, Vijayanagaram accent. Okay, though if anybody is from Vijayanagaram, I'm sorry, I'm not making fun, I'm just using it as a memory. So అయితే ఏటి, my friend's response, అయితే converts into ITE into 8. Okay, so here this is lead sulfite ite into lead sulfate, nitrite into nitrate, sulfite into sulfate, arsenite into arsenate. ITAT reaction. I call these reactions are what? ITAT reactions. Okay, funny way. And next one, as I said already here, reduce in the oxidation number is reduction, increase in the oxidation number is oxidation number. So if you talk about us form నుంచి ఇక్ ఫామ్కి వెళ్తుంటే ఐ కెన్ కాల్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఆక్సిడేషన్. లోవర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ నుంచి హైయర్ ఆక్సిడేషన్ స్టేట్కి వెళ్తుంటే ఐ కెన్ కాల్ ఇట్ యాజ్ ఆక్సిడేషన్. సో దట్స్ వాట్ ఐ సీ హియర్. లోవర్ us to ick, ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate, ferrocyanide to ferricyanide, ferri, formaldehyde, okay, us, not exactly us, but it is light matching as formaldehyde to ick, formic acid. Okay, so all reactions I am just summarizing it. If you are able to follow me up, very happy. If not, you have to find out your own way to memorize the reactions. Okay, here am I trying to give some sort of sense to memorize or help to memorize the reactions. 1, ITAT reactions. 2, us to ick. Okay, us, ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate, ferrocyanide to ferricyanide, formaldehyde to formic acid. Us to ick. Then next, then I call it as elemental reactions. Elemental ante reactions will always give the element out. Elemental form ga central atom బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది. Okay, central atom comes out as what? Element. For example, potassium iodide, which is a central atom here. Most electronegative element will be the central atom. So potassium iodide, iodine comes out, I2. Hydrogen sulfide, sulfur comes out as S. Okay, this is in solid form. Fine. Potassium iodide, iodine comes out. From hydrogen sulfide, sulfur comes out. Benzene. Okay, this reaction is not a or I can call it as a special reaction, but I have grouped it under elemental form just for group. Okay, ఒక గ్రూప్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది అంతే, బట్ దిస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ అ ఎలిమెంటల్ ఫామ్. బెంజీన్ విల్ ఫామ్ ఫీనాల్. ఆర్గానిక్ కెమిస్ట్రీలో మీరు కంప్లీట్గా దీని గురించి మాట్లాడతాం యాజ్ ఇఫ్ నవ్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. దెన్ there is a 2 other groups which are acidic mediumలో రియాక్షన్ ఏంటి, బేసిక్ మీడియంలో రియాక్షన్స్ ఏంటి. ఓకే, H2O2 is acting like an oxidizing agent, reducing agent excuse me, in both acidic and basic medium. This also in both acidic and basic medium. If someone asks you like H2O2 behaves as an oxidizing agent or reducing agent, both. Oxidizing agent only acid lo form aute, no, even base also. Reducing agent laga only acid lo, no, even base also. Alright, so it can happen on both things. So like now I am focusing on acid reactions and basic reactions. Basic medium lo etlu untayi, acidic medium lo ela untayi. Okay, so here I have again, so chromic acid. In chromic acid it forms chromium peroxide. Okay, chromium peroxide is blue in color and very important compound, that is its structure. Chromium is butterfly structure. Okay, so just like a butterfly, so this is what butterfly structure, CrO5. So formula of chromium peroxide, this is called as what? Chromium peroxide. Okay, so chromium peroxide. So chromic acid or potassium dichromate in the acidic medium will form chromium peroxide. Okay, so chromic acid acidic medium గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కదా, అన్డౌటెడ్లీ కామన్ సెన్స్ ఏం చెప్తుంది అంటే H2SO4 is making us very clear that it is acidic medium. So chromic acid, chromium peroxide. Potassium dichromate, also chromium peroxide, which is what in color? Blue in color. And what is the shape of that? Butterfly shape. Okay, do remember this. Mercury in the sulfuric acid acidic medium, mercury is converted into mercuric oxide. Okay, same. Now these are three with acids, acidic medium low reactions, only three reactions in the acidic medium, same three reactions in the basic medium. Okay, not exactly three, only two actual gas maatladalante. Manganese sulfate will form manganese dioxide. Chromium hydroxide will form chromate. Chromium hydroxide will form chromate. Chromium hydroxide itself is like a base, so basic medium low they are converting into chromate. So these, and last B for not basic, B for bleaching action. Okay, see the colorless substance, colored substance will lose out its color because of the bleaching action of nascent oxygen. Okay, so here I have all the reactions for you now. So as I said, if you just look at these reactions, no, in the reactions, and you may start hating chemistry again. So that's why I'm telling you, don't look out these reactions, first look to these reactions and kaadu, an attempt to make you understand what is happening. Aithe enti reactions are these: lead sulfide into lead sulfate, sodium nitrite to sodium nitrate, sodium sulfite to sodium sulfate. మిగతావన్నీ the other things are very common. Ferrous sulfate to ferric sulfate, ferrocyanide. I said potassium ferro. And how do I know? Like, as I said, oxidation number kanukunte ganaka you'll identify it very clearly. Okay, so in this you'll have the +2 oxidation state, and here I'll have the +3 oxidation state. Okay, so this is formaldehyde formic acid, so on and on. So don't by heart this, and I somehow helped to at least summarize some reactions. I have categorized all the reactions into 4 categories. 1, 4 IC80 reactions. 2, us to ic form, 3 reactions are there. And 3 elemental form loki vachestayi. ఏంటివి? potassium iodide. And for this also I have a mnemonic. If you want, actually it is not sounding so funny, so I am not using it. Selva rocks by boozing pub side. Okay, pub side kelli he's boozing is nothing but drinking alcohol. Selva rocks by boozing pub side, and police shoot hydrogen sulfide. Okay, so he's boozing and he's enjoying, he's rocking. Okay, a person by name is Selva is rocking, enjoying, and making huge mess on the road. And where by boozing, how is he enjoying? By boozing means drinking alcohol, on the pub side, and police shoot hydrogen sulfide. Okay, anyways, I think this is not clicking so much, so that's why I don't want. So elemental forms lo idoka mnemonic. If you can remember, very good. If not, no issues. This is what. So potassium iodide, I2H2 sulfur, I'll talk about this at last again. So chromic acid, potassium dichromate will form chromium peroxide, mercury to mercuric oxide. Same goes with this one, that is reducing agent. So reducing agent also, these are the things I have trifurcated into 3 areas, all the reactions into 3 areas. That is elemental form. These are called as elemental forms. Okay, so silver oxide lo nunchi central metal atom, that is silver బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది. మెయిన్ స్పీషీస్ సిల్వర్ బయటకు వచ్చేస్తుంది. ఆక్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ సిల్వర్ కమ్స్ అవుట్. ఆక్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ఆక్సిజన్ కమ్స్ అవుట్. ఆక్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ లెడ్ కమ్స్ అవుట్. ఓకే, సో ప్యూర్ మెటల్స్లో బయటికి రావడానికి ఐ హ్యావ్ ఆక్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ సిల్వర్, ఆక్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ ఆక్సిజన్, ఆక్సైడ్ ఆఫ్ lead. Okay, so these are elemental forms. So how is it matching with the mnemonic ante? Of course it did not click. I felt like it did not click much, but still if you feel it, very good. So silver oxide, silver oxide, silver oxide, Ag2O. Boozing, ooze, ozone is nothing but O3, oxide of oxygen. And pub side, lead, PbS2. Okay, lead sulfide, fine. And police, potassium iodide, police ILO I potassium iodide, they are shooting H2S, hydrogen sulfide. Basically it's a very 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 foul smell gas. Okay, it's a very very foul smell gas, rotten egg smell and what కుళ్ళిపోయిన egg ఎంత smell, very foul smell. That is the smell that it comes. So police, in order to make him evacuate from the place, they are shooting or foul smell so that he is running away. So the bottom line is what, silver rocks by boozing pub side and police shoots H2S. Okay, అర్థమైతే వెరీ గుడ్, అర్థం కాకపోయినా డజంట్ మ్యాటర్, ఐ వాంట్ టు మెమరైజ్ ద రియాక్షన్స్. సో సిల్వర్ ఆక్సైడ్ టు సిల్వర్, oxide to oxygen, lead oxide to lead. And with acidic medium we have 3 reactions, with basic medium also we have 3 reactions. So acidic medium, MnO2 will form MnSO4, red lead will form lead nitrate, KMnO4 to K2SO4. All these things, see SO4 రావాలంటే డెఫినెట్గా H2SO4 ఉండాలి మీడియం, నైట్రేట్ కావాలంటే నైట్రిక్ యాసిడే ఉండాలి మీడియం, సల్ఫేట్ కావాలంటే ఖచ్చితంగా సల్ఫ్యూరిక్ యాసిడే ఉండాలి మీడియం. సో ఆన్ ఏ హోల్ దీస్ ఆర్ అసిడిక్ మీడియంస్లో రియాక్షన్. MnO2 to MnSO4, red lead to lead nitrate, KMnO4 to K2SO4. Again this reaction is very very important. Fine. Then potassium ferricyanide, ఇందాక మనం ఆక్సిడేషన్లో ఏమని చూసాము, ఆక్సిడేషన్లో వీ హ్యావ్ సీన్ లైక్ us to ic form, but here now we are talking about reducing, so reverse అవుతుంది అనమాట, ic form, ferri to ferrocyanide, I to EO. Okay, and this is a basic medium KOH, and there is another basic medium that is hypohalide. Hypohalide లో హైపోకి రెక్కలు వచ్చేస్తాయి అనమాట, హైపోకి రెక్కలు వచ్చేసి ఎగిరిపోతుంది. ఓకే, సో ఇట్ గోస్ ఆఫ్ when hypohalide, in the hypohalide హైపోకి రెక్కలు వచ్చి ఎగిరిపోతే మిగిలింది ఏంటి, హ్యాలైడ్లో కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. పొటాషియం పర్ అయోడైట్లో పర్కి రెక్కలు వచ్చేస్తాయి. సో పర్ గోస్ ఆఫ్ పొటాషియం iodide. ఓకే, సమ్ వే అసలు అర్థం కాలేదు అంటే సార్ ఇట్స్ లైక్ రియలీ నాట్ ఎ సెన్సిబుల్ థింగ్ అని అనిపిస్తుంది, కానీ డజంట్ మ్యాటర్, ఐ వాంట్ టు, ఒకవేళ మీకు అలా అనిపిస్తే సరే, ఇవన్నీ ఈ రియాక్షన్స్ అన్నీ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి. ఓకే, బై యువర్ వే. ఫైన్, ఆన్ ఏ హోల్ with this we stop, and in the next class I'll talk about the like here itself I'll say that is uses. Okay, not uses, tests for H2O2. Yeah, this is important, I forgot. So in the oxidizing agents we have the reactions that include the test itself. Okay, so the various tests for H2O2 another matter, very simple, that is lead sulfide to lead. So this is one test. Okay, I'm circling the reactions. Okay, test for H2O2 and adigi, they give you 4 reactions or some reactions, and they'll say out of these reactions which is the test for H2O2. So these are the tests. Whenever I find the black color going out and it giving white lead sulfate, then that's a test, like the compound that I've used is what, H2O2. Okay, and with potassium iodide also, so this one, this is another one test. Okay, and there is potassium not potassium, this is chromic dichromate, potassium dichromate, so this reaction. Okay, and lastly the bleaching action, the colored material loses out it colorless by nascent oxide, and this nascent oxide came from H2O2. So 1 2 3 4 tests for H2O2. Okay, so with this the chapter is done, and I have one section for you, that is uses of hydrogen peroxide. Okay, superficially చెప్పేస్తాను, it is used as a disinfectant, it is used as cleaning agent, it is used as anti-chlor, it is used as oxidizing agent and reducing agent for various species, and it is used in dyeing. Okay, so these are the uses, and I want you to read on your own about these uses. Okay, so with this our chapter is done, and in the next class, one section is there for not for NEET students, for JEE students. There is chances of asking numerical aspect from this chapter. Okay, that is actually a topic manamu first lesson, that is some basic concepts of chemistry అన్న చాప్టర్లో చదువుతాం అనమాట. ఓకే, there is strength, ఒక టర్మ్ ఉంటుంది, strength of acids and strength of base or strength of solution, molarity, normality. అక్కడ we'll talk about the strength of hydrogen peroxide also. Okay, but even if you have not studied that areas, when it is covered, no, it is done. But if not covered, one area is there for JE students, because NEET students we cannot expect that question, numerical aspect. But still, in the next class, if time permits, I'll take up that, or else I'll start with some other chapter or what. Let me see. Okay, we'll discuss tomorrow. Fine. I wish I would do that. Anyways, for today, as far as the chapter is concerned of hydrogen and its elements, hydrogen and its compounds, the chapter is done. The only section, that is numerical aspect for JE students, have to be taken up, and that we'll do in the next class hopefully, or once college open ayin tarvata, that will be more precise. Okay, I'll plan for it. Okay, for today let's stop. Stay home, stay safe.